Hi everyone, we're just going to wait a few more minutes for more people to join and then we'll get started. Right, well, I think we've seemed to have slowed down a little bit, so I will get started now. So hello everyone, and welcome to the first of our user training sessions for MedicinesComplete. My name is Sophie Davis, and I am one of the international account managers at Pharmaceutical Press. I'm going to spend the next 20 minutes going through a live demonstration of core and specialist resources available through MedicinesComplete. Here you will learn how to use the intuitive search experience to seamlessly navigate across comprehensive and relevant content to support your everyday practice. It will be worth acknowledging that some of you will already know how to find your way around MedicinesComplete. This session aims to help you locate the information you need in more of an efficient way. I will be highlighting handy tips and shortcuts so you can see the point of care checkers and tools to help you improve patient care efficiently and effectively. We will end the session with a live Q&A where my editorial colleague Kiri and I will attempt to answer as many questions as possible. If you have any questions as we move through the presentation, please use the chat facility at the bottom of your screen. Please note this session will be recorded and we will send you the on-demand recording afterwards. To start, I'd like to give you a brief background on Pharmaceutical Press and MedicinesComplete. For those of you who are new, we are the Royal Pharmaceutical Society's knowledge business. We're trusted worldwide for providing accessible clinical advice to improve patient safety. Our respected publications through MedicinesComplete provide you with expert and unbiased knowledge to make the best clinical decision-making at the point of care. These resources are referred to daily by healthcare professionals all over the world, and this is across healthcare, academic, and research settings, and relied on by many commercial organisations to operate their business. We have over 20 different publications available on MedicinesComplete, and in this session, I'm going to cover the British National Formulary, the British National Formulary for Children, critical illness, Clarity's diagnosis and treatment guidance, Martindale, the complete drug reference, Martindale's ADR checker, the Palliative care formulary, Stockley's drug interactions, and Stockley's drug interactions checker. I'm now going to share the MedicinesComplete website, so hopefully everyone can see that. Now, depending on your organisation's access methods, you will either bypass the login window and be directed straight to the MedicinesComplete homepage, or you will need to log in using the button on the right-hand side. So if we log in here, and then you should all now be able to see the homepage. Now, once you've logged into MedicinesComplete, all available publications to you will be on the right-hand side of your screen. And if you scroll down, you can navigate individual publications by its contents. Now, looking at the homepage here, we've also got the Stockley's interactions checker and Martindale's ADR checker tool, but I will go into more detail later. Everyone will have access to clinical calculators. Now, these are to help you make basic measurement calculations, including imperial and metric conversions and body surface areas, and that's just to name a few. Now you'll also have access to Stedman's medical dictionary. So for example, a term searching psychosis, and this will bring up the Stedman's medical dictionary definition tool, and you can use it to find the definition of common medical terms or abbreviations. If you click the MedicinesComplete logo, it will redirect you back to the homepage. I'm now going to show you how to search using MedicinesComplete. Now, using the antipsychotic drug haloperidol as an example, as you start to type the drug you wish to query, you will see a list of autocomplete options appear in order of best match. And then at the top of the page, you will see these dosage cards. So once you expand, it will allow you to see the relevant indication and dosing information for the BNF for children, and Martindale, the complete drug reference. And you're easily able to navigate to important safety information. Now, if I use the BNF as the first example, I will show you what a drug monograph looks like. Now, the BNF is the first choice for concise information on prescribing, dispensing, and administering medicines. It is organised by drug and treatment summary. Now, within a BNF monograph, you'll find various subsections, and these include indications and dose for adults and, where applicable, the elderly. And you'll also find information for unlicensed use when the clinical need cannot be met by licensed medicines. Where available, there is specialised information on pregnancy, breastfeeding, hepatic and renal impairment. Throughout the monograph, there will be various hyperlinks, and these are shown here as this blue underlined text. If you click there, it will lead you to additional relevant information within the BNF. The Medicinal Forms also contains information on the preparations available in the UK, their strengths, formulations, and pricing based on the drug tariff. Now, the other section of the BNF is treatment summaries. Treatment summaries provide an overview of the drug management or prevention of common conditions and can be used to quickly evaluate different options. If we use psychosis and related disorders, recommendations made in the BNF and the BNF for children have been evidence graded, and this is to reflect the strength of the recommendation. It follows a standardised process, and the addition of evidence grading is to support clinical decision making based on the best available evidence. You can toggle the evidence grading button here, and this will reveal annotations from A to E, indicating the strength of recommendation. And this will be whether it's a high quality source, or it may be a manufacturer instead. Now, you can easily switch between resources on MedicinesComplete. So for example, if you wanted to look at the BNF for children, then you would click this icon here and click onto the BNF for children for more specialised information. For more guidance on how to use the BNF or the BNF for children, then you can click either one of the logos, like here, go to the About section, and you'll be able to have a look at frequently asked questions. And there are also some specifically related for clinical use. Another key resource I want to move on to is Martindale, the complete drug reference. And this provides healthcare professionals with evidence-based global guidance to support confident decision-making and effective patient care. Using haloperidol as the same example as before. This resource has multilingual coverage. It includes drug nomenclature, synonyms, drug and chemical identifiers, chemical formulae, structures and pharmacopoeial standards, and collates the full range of published literature covering regulatory, historical, unlicensed, experimental, and anecdotal uses, and it provides the world's largest catalogue of drug use, both adverse and beneficial. There is a useful section on preparations, and this contains information on available brands in over 40 different countries. You can search for the brand at the top in this search bar here, or you can click on the country and look at all available brands in that country. If we click through to here, you can find further information on the manufacturer. For further advice, there is also comprehensive disease treatment summaries, and these provide overviews of the disease and the drugs used in their treatment, along with key references. These are based on national and international guidance, and they do give comparisons between them if available. Exclusively to MedicinesComplete is Martindale's ADR checker. Now, this further supports your decision-making and management of patients with adverse reactions. If we search for haloperidol, this will allow you to search for drugs with concise snapshot information, as well as management summaries and also links to the full ADR profiles within the Martindale. You can quickly search and compare using the filter or the sorting options. Now, results are ordered by the incidence of the adverse effect. So as you can see, severe adverse effects that may result in patient harm are highlighted in red, and that is regardless of their frequency. That is so you can quickly identify any safety concerns. For example, neuroleptic malignant syndrome is a rare but potentially fatal adverse reaction. You can search for drug groups, ADRs, and body systems, but you can also search for unlimited drugs. So if we add in methadone, as well as norfloxacin, and if we add in the ADR tendinitis, this will then allow you to easily identify the potential culprit of the ADR. And the snapshot management information provides quick advice for decision-making, and that's at the point of care. But you can click through to the Martindale, the complete drug reference, if you want more detailed information on the ADR management profiles. And that's things such as the mechanism or the prevention and management. Another useful tool is Stockley's drug interactions. It is the most indispensable source of drug interaction information available. It provides expertly authored advice on managing drug interactions and will quickly and reliably help you decide the best course of action. I'll use the example haloperidol again, and we will search with methadone. Stockley's interactions checker features a concise summary at the start of each record, and these interactions are categorized according to severity. So, for example, the use of haloperidol and methadone is contraindicated. If you require more information, again, like with the ADR profiles, you can click through to the more in-depth Stockley's interactions monograph. And these comprehensive monographs give more information on the mechanism of action and management, and it will also provide references for you here. Now, like the ADR checker, you can also search for unlimited drugs at once. So if we put in again norfloxacin, as well as ibuprofen, and this will allow you to input a patient's entire medication list at once to find all possible interactions. This narrow and broader terms here will allow you to, for example, look at norfloxacin. You could broaden the term to quinolones, and you can search for all interactions with quinolones. Now, one of our newest resources is critical illness. And this is an indispensable resource to guide the most effective treatment for adult patients in intensive care. Most sources for prescribing advice do not currently take into account the effect of acute illness and organ failures and the dramatic and rapidly changing impact that these have on drug pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamics. Now, we wish to support a new philosophy of dynamic prescribing by adjusting doses to the circumstances that are affecting the individual patient. Now, again, if we use haloperidol as an example, this resource is written by a range of international experts that are working in clinical practice. To make the relevant guidance within critical illness immediately accessible, we have kept the content to a minimum. But if you open up the rationale section, you will find much more comprehensive information. And this is available through expanding that there. And it will provide information on a clinical commentary. It will explain the evidence behind the recommendations and expert appraisal, informing further review and study. The publication also includes information on dose adjustments. So, for example, in acute kidney injury or patients on dialysis, this information draws heavily upon primary literature, and it is the best available evidence where the information is based upon the clinical practice of our editors. And this will be highlighted as an expert opinion, as you can see. Now, moving on to the palliative care formulary. The palliative care formulary goes beyond standard references, and it provides unique, in-depth content and practical guidance on drug and treatment regimens. And this is used to support adults faced with life-limiting conditions. Continuing with haloperidol as our example, which is unlicensed in palliative patients, you can navigate to the subsections within this monograph for information on dose and use, pharmacology, and drug interactions. Now, if I search for methadone, the palliative care formulary also has quick clinical guides, which summarize the practical information from individual or multiple drug monographs. And this is for clinical use at the point of care. And it's very much designed for a useful, quick reference guide. Some other useful topics in the palliative care formulary are found in the appendices. So we have the opioid dose conversion rates, and we also have the compatibility charts. And these are for when multiple drugs are administered via a syringe driver. To those of you who are based outside of the UK, another resource, Clarity's Diagnosis and Treatment Guidance, is also available to you. Now, this resource covers over 370 clinical topics for use in primary care. These clinical topics have been commissioned by the National Institute for Health and Care Excellence for use in the UK's National Health Service. Now, if I use psychosis and schizophrenia as an example, so this covers over 1,200 clinical presentations or patient scenarios. The guidance is very much there to help healthcare professionals reach a diagnosis, prescribe safely, offer safe and effective treatment options, or referral for specialist care. And it also is there to create local protocols and guidance. Now, when searching for the topic psychosis and schizophrenia, this resource will highlight background information on the condition and discuss risk factors such as the genetic, social, and environmental risk factors which are associated with psychotic disorders. Now, once the diagnosis has been made, Clarity's Diagnosis and Treatment Guidance will provide further advice on how to treat the condition. And for psychotic disorders, you will find there is information for cognitive behavioural therapy, family intervention, and antipsychotic drugs. Now, there will be more information on prescribing for antipsychotic drugs, but if you wanted further information, perhaps on the contraindications, cautions, drug interactions, and adverse effects, then we would then recommend using the British National Formulary, which was demonstrated at the start. Now, before ending this demonstration, I would like to highlight additional features that are available on MedicinesComplete. So our content is regularly updated. If you scroll to the bottom of the homepage, you will find the latest updates across all of our different resources here. If you see on the right-hand side, we've also got user guides, and there are some helpful step-by-step guides, videos, and resource tutorials also available there. Now, going back, if you go onto the homepage, clicking on this icon, and if you go to the help section, you will find our frequently asked questions section. And this covers a variety of information about general access, account management, and technical questions. So please access that here. Well, thank you so much for listening. We hope you found the user training beneficial and you now have a better understanding of the resources and key features and tools that are available to you. So I'd now like to invite any questions, and I'll just share my other screen again. Okay, so we've got one question in. Is there an app I can access the information if I'm not near a computer? So there is an app for the BNF and BNF for children if you're based in the UK, but otherwise there isn't an app at the moment, but it is mobile friendly, so you're able to access via mobile phone, tablet, etc. And then we also have another question, which is how often is content updated? So most of the resources available on MedicinesComplete are reviewed every 1 to 3 months, and that is by our expert editorial team. So for resources from other providers, we provide updates, as soon as they're available to us. Yes, we do have a newsletter, so we can put that in the chat box. If you do want to see as and when our resources are updated, our newsletter is sent out monthly, and so you will be able to have a look in more detail then. And the final question, will the BNF in print form remain in the same design? Well, this very much is to focus on the digital aspect and not print. But yes, in my understanding, we have no immediate plans to change the BNF print design at this moment. Did we have any more questions at all?
Hi, Sophie. I thought I'd just jump in quickly on the content updates. Hi, everybody. I'm Kerry. I'm the head of new content here at Pharmaceutical Press. So as Sophie mentioned, we are regularly updating our content and using the latest information in order to guide our recommendations. But on MedicinesComplete, you can see really clearly when the publication was last updated. And on that homepage, if you do scroll to the bottom, you can see what exact changes were in each update. So something like the British National Formulary is updated in a monthly update cycle, similarly to the Palliative Care Formulary, whereas other publications like Martindale are updated quarterly. So you can go to that section and see really easily exactly what content has been updated. Maybe it's a drug monograph or a disease review, and use that. Sorry to jump in there, Sophie.
No, thank you. That's why you're here. Did we have any other questions from any of our participants today? Oh, wait a minute. Okay, well, if anyone does have any questions, you've got my email address on this slide here. You can also go to our website to sign up for more information. So we will shortly follow up with a 5-minute questionnaire and would really appreciate hearing your feedback on the training session and how we can improve future sessions. But yeah, if you do want to find out more, please contact your account manager if you're an existing customer, or if you wish to talk about a new subscription, then please use the sales inquiry form, and either myself or one of my colleagues will be in touch. Okay, and I believe it's in the chat section now if you'd like to copy those links. But otherwise, thank you so much everyone for attending, and yeah, enjoy the rest of your day and take care. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.